from protests being sparked out of Stamford Bridge just before the Southampton game to Chelsea finally getting their win in a long run of games. I think in out of 10 games, we were able to get 2 wins. So though it was against the lower ranked Southampton, I would say this is not a victory to celebrate about. I mean, in terms of where we are in the Premier League table, yes, we're currently 4th, but the teams around us have games in hand. So there's a probability of us either digressing or even possibly remaining in the same position in terms of the Premier League table. But I have to say, in terms of Chelsea, I feel like I have said this before, we can actually do better, and this just goes to show it. We can do better, we can have a win, get our 3 points, and still keep a clean sheet while having protests. So this is a typical day in the Chelsea world. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the protest in person, but I was there virtually. So if you're new to the channel, we have had our win. I was not able to do my preview, I had some maintenance to do, but in terms of this game, I'm happy with how the game went. Quite a few saves, not the game for Cole Palmer, but then again, the other teammates stepped forward. The youngins also came in and stepped in, so it was a very good game if you ask me. And the fact that we kept a clean sheet, even better. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Let's jump right into it. So in terms of the starting 11, now we had the 4-2-3-1 formation with Jorgensen in goal. Then we had for the back four, we had Tosin Adarabioyo, we had Levi Colwill, we had Malo Gusto and Marco Kurela. Then in terms of the midfield, we had Enzo Fernandez and Mose Caicedo. Then in terms of the forwards, now Pedro Neto and Kunku swapped back to their original spots. So we had Pedro Neto, Cole Palmer and Jadon Sancho. Then up front as the number 9, we had Nkunku. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, that I was not feeling very optimistic about whether we can get a result from Southampton. Southampton have been quite the challengers of Chelsea in the past, so I was not going to be surprised if we're not able to get a result. But then again, as I mentioned before the game, we had Chelsea fans who had to protest outside of Stamford Bridge, and of course there were a lot of messages to the owners of Chelsea. And then again, we as Chelsea fans were just tired of not getting results. I have to say this night was a good night for Chelsea because, of course, as much as we protested, they'll say, look, we're still giving you results, but this is just one game. Let us not forget the number of games we have lost in the past few games, especially I would say the last 10 games. It has not been good. So in terms of the protest, the main message I got from the protest was that we as Chelsea have fallen so far from who we were before. We are not getting results as a team, and if anything, we're just okay with being mediocre. Chelsea owners Todd Boehly, Clearlake Ho, and Feliciano were under fire because Chelsea fans feel like we are just focused on buying young players and we're not balancing it anymore. In terms of the young players that we're signing, we're just focused on signing young players, perhaps losing sight of experience and losing sight of who we were in terms of results. Yes, we should trust the process, as Maresca put it, but then again, we need to trust the process while seeing results. We need to put in work while seeing what we can achieve, so that by the time we say we have given Maresca enough time, it will not be a premature sack for Enzo and he'll say, I gave it my all, it just didn't work out. But in terms of this game, I have to say it was a saving grace for Maresca because let us just say the boy stepped up. Now in terms of the first half, this was where we had most of the goals, and I have to say this game was just not for Cole Palmer. I mean, all the attempts he was having were just being ballooned over the goalpost or by the side. It was just not his game. And as he put it on his Instagram after the game, he will be back. He will be back. We will wait for his return. He's not been having quite the good run of games, but then again, he contributes in terms of what he brings to the team, not only his talent, but his goal scoring abilities. So anyway, guys, in terms of the first half, I have to say this was where the boys woke up. Now we had the first goal. This was a set piece. It was a corner kick. We had the corner kick taken, and there was an assist there was a header by Tosin, and of course the goal by Nkunku. This was the opening goal, and this was what I would say gave us confidence. Although we were still having a bit of a tough time in the final third, we were able to at least start off somewhere. I mean, with a 1-0 lead, we can continue on, especially in the first half. I always insist we score more goals, so coming to the second half, even if we concede, it will be easier for us to take the win home. In terms of the second goal, it was a volley. It was an incredible goal. Now, this was a pass by Nkunku. Then we had Pedro Neto just finishing it off close to Ramsdale, giving us the second goal. In terms of the third goal, we had Pedro Neto with the assist. Then we had Levi Colwill with the goal. And of course, it was very interesting. It was very good to have Levi Colwill back in the scoring sheet. I mean, it has been a while, giving us a 3-0 lead by halftime. And I'd say going to halftime with a 3-0 lead, this sets the mood in terms of how the game will actually proceed and how we are probably likely to get results from the game. So in terms of the second half, as I mentioned, of course, it was not Cole Palmer's night. His attempts were just not getting in, but he had his fair share of attempts. Then we had, in terms of the final goal, we had the youngin Tyreek George with the assist, very well calculated to Marco Kurela, and Marco Kurela gave us our fourth and last goal. I mean, that was the most incredible goal for me, if you ask me. In terms of Tyreek George, of course, this assist helps him in terms of his contribution to the first team. But I would say the goal for Marco Kurela, it was a volley. It was a very powerful goal. It was great that Cucurella took charge of that ball and gave us our 4-0 win, giving us our 3 points. But as I mentioned, in terms of Man City have a game in hand. In terms of Nottingham Forest and Arsenal, they have a game in hand. So I don't know where we are going to end in terms of the Premier League table. But I have to say, this is the momentum we should keep up. Winning against Southampton isn't something that we should be going all about and be happy about. Yes, we have the 3 points, but Southampton is on the lower ranks in terms of the Premier League table. They're in the bottom half. We should be getting results from each and every single team we meet. And our next 5 fixtures are quite interesting. Of course, I mentioned in the Conference League, we should be able to carry this title home. This should not be a topic of debate. Top 4 is starting to look a bit... might not be, but let's see how the season ends. For the month of February, we are done with the games, and it's good that we ended the month with a win. So in terms of March carries a lot of games. So we'll be facing Copenhagen for the round of 16, the first leg. And on the 9th of March, we face Leicester City. On the 13th of March, we have the second leg against Copenhagen for the Conference League. Then on the 16th of March, we face Arsenal. Then on the 2nd of April, we face Tottenham. Those are the next 5 games that are ahead of us. Of course, more will be involved in the Conference League. And as I mentioned, I expect to see results. We have not been having a tough time in the Conference League, and I hope it doesn't start now. We are almost towards the end in the round of 16. Very soon, we'll be getting to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finally the finals. So if we can get results and maintain clean sheets, even better. But as Chelsea fans, the message is clear to the owners, to Chelsea, to the world, that we need Chelsea to go back to who we were. We need to have our glory back, and we definitely need to utilize, as much as we have all this money that we're throwing at young players. By we, I mean the owners. As much as there's a lot of money going around, we need to utilize it. I mean, we need to make the most of it. We need to make the most of it by winning games and setting our old standards back, or making sure that we are where we are supposed to be. Where is that? Competing with the most elite teams in the world, because that is who we are. We are an elite team, and we should not see ourselves short of that. So as Chelsea fans, we are happy we got a result, but can we maintain it? Can we actually do better in terms of Chelsea and see better results in the near future? As I mentioned, for Cole Palmer, he will be back. We miss you on the scoring sheet, Cole, but it is what it is. The other teammates did step up, and congratulations to us for garnering 3 points. Now we see whether we can be able to maintain the top 4 if the other teams are not able to get results. So it is what it is. Once again, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.